So good afternoon, everyone. Today our topic is design convention. So today we'll discuss about the design process and the language. I bring the first image here. This painting drawn by Zaha Hadid. So everyone probably know about the Zaha Hadid. She's architect, and then she designing more about this deconstructive architecture. The design she proposed. This one is the idea how we can deliver your idea as your own architecture language. So I bring this image first because it is the some more compelling way how she deliver her design method, and then how she understanding how she provide powerful delivery to the client. So client will buy your idea if you have proper delivery tool and proper the drawing sources. So when you see this image, so you can even see the overall contextual idea, how your building sitting on, and also you can see the access load, how you can access to the building, and also you can find out the assemblage idea, how you assemble the all image together, and then you can also see the indoor, the quality, what kind of interior, the element and component she used it, and also you can find out the skin design scheme from this one single the drawing. So this is more about the conceptual phase. You can deliver your idea through the architectural language. But however, in a practical level, you have to be using the more common and shared the language to use for everyone. So we're just kind of looking at how you can just prepare and share the common language to the people. Okay. Now we see how you can communicate the design idea with other people. So you have to remember our main the design communication tool is a drawing. Of course, you can use a different tool like you can use the bubble language or you can use the video. However, our drawing is the main consideration to discuss about your project better. Okay, so today I just kind of introducing about what is about your drawing convention and how you can just make out the proper the drawing type and format. So first you have to know about who is your audience and how to communicate most effectively. So depending on your audience, it will be different method to communicate. So first one is client. So when you just talk to the client mostly don't understanding about the technical drawing. From this reason, you have to choose in the proper language for them. So it means you usually prepare simple drawing like a plan and section, and then you also prepare some rendering image and the physical model image. Also, you can of course prepare the elevation. So client usually see how it looks like when it complete. So that's why we have to be prepared this kind of a drawing the tool. You have to be prepared for client. However, the contractor and engineer, they have a totally different point of view. They just want to ask you to build up the project. Okay, so it means you have to be provide the proper drawing set for the contractor and engineers. So you have to be provide the lots of detail and how you assemble together and what is about the finished material. You have to be indicating all these types of information to build up the project. Especially when you want to build up the project, they also want to see this drawing to estimate the construction cost. So from this region, you have to be including all detailed information for the contractor and engineers. What about yourself? So when you build up your project, you have a lot of a conceptual idea or detailed idea. So when you're having the idea, you usually simply sketch out on your sketchbook or any notepad. So just simply sketch out by yourself to summarize your idea. And then after getting this sketch, you have to be drawing out properly and following the graphic the drawing the convention. So after that we have to be draw out basically from the sketch. Then you can deliver this idea to the contractor, engineer, and client. Okay. Then what are we trying to communicate? So first one, you have to be communicate your concept. You have to be deliver what is your concept, what is your design form. And then you also communicate the assemblage and integration and coordination. So this is a show how you're building the assemble together and how your building can constructing it. So means you have to be deliver your building form, and design also have to be provide, and you have to provide your the technical part as well. And also you have your drawing have to be clear. Everyone have to be understanding your drawing very easily. Also, if you need some iterating your idea basically from the communication with other people, so you have to be provide lots of iteration drawing too. So we talk about some conceptual drawing and the development drawing. So what is architectural drawing? There's a two drawing phase, which is the conceptual drawing and the development drawing. The conceptual drawing, it is kind of showing to your design and deciding about your design. What is about the process about the conceptual drawing? The first one, conceptual drawing have to be investigating your idea. You can investigating your ideas through the sketches and through the modeling and through the physical modeling, and digital drawing, the digital modeling. So you have to find out the actual initial form through the initial investigation. This image, this sketch from the Frank Gehry, he usually do the napkin sketch. If you have an idea in the restaurant, very quickly sketch over it, and then when you confirm the idea from your thought, and you can just give it to this sketch to your employee to build up the project in a real world. After investigation, you have to follow the analyze step. What is about the analyze step? This diagram is from the BIG. When you just confirm the project here, so this is the building profile. Okay, I can just check it. So this is your building profile, and you know about the size of the building. The first one, they analyzed where is the public transportation system. This is a major transportation system, and this is a major railway here. So from this region, they deciding about this part as their front main entrance. After that, they also considering to connecting from the existing urban context through their building. So they're deciding about some lots of different circulation through their building. And then they deciding on the main entrance, and then they also deciding about the sub entrance basically from the density of the city. And they just also think about they just can be flowing the more public and more people over their loop. So they just flowing the people. So that's why they pushing the massing down, just pin down. So to occupy more people, to following the people over the loop. Then they also considering about the sub circulation from the main public space. They think about the center of the building can be the major gathering space. So they're just deciding about this major gathering space and direct to connect to the passageway to the city. And basically from this passageway, they also designing about the outdoor space. And then this is adjacent to the city. And then they also just noticed that they having the public, the green space here, and then they just kind of bring this green space into their building, and then they just kind of designing this green space for the roof, and then for the initial concept. Okay, so from this all step to find out the overall design form and overall their design scheme. The basically from they analyze for the project. And then they deciding about the project and develop the project like this way. So this is just making the rendering basically from the analyzed. Now we have to be talk about the hierarchy. From the zoning requirement and circulation, sometimes structure study, we need to consider the hierarchy of your space. So that I just gonna bring the example here. What kind of a hierarchy system you can find out from here, these two rendering. This is more about the public space hierarchy. So when you design a space, some public space have to be bigger and some space have to be smaller. So basically from your decision, you have to be considered about the middle pieces here, the center piece. this is a major the public space. It means have to be much making it bigger and considering about the major the gathering space. And also consider about some sub connection here. So this is a kind of a showing that this diagram and this rendering. So the major gathering space here, it can be more people to engaging into the building. Okay, so I mean more people just coming in and then just open to the field. So also this is a connection. So I mean you can see the much narrower than this open public space. So basically from the scheme about the hierarchy, some space have to be bigger, some space have to be narrower. So you have to be controlled this hierarchy to designing the space. After that, you have to also consider about the massing. We will keep studying architectural massing to find better design and solution for people who will use this space. In this phase, we keep considering about the spatial quality. You can study through the rendering sketches or massing model. So it is the OMA, the massing study. To find out the single massing, we have to be considered to testing different massing study. It can be the physical model massing or it can be digital massing model. But I think physical massing model is much easy to navigating the idea better. So you can see the different stacking method and different orientation and different the form. To find out that they are designed properly, you have to have this massing study iteration. Also, next one is OMA CCTV study. The first row here, they have an initial massing study. After that, they study about the initial massing. And then they also consider about the program. They just having the 3 different zoning, the private, public, and connection. So basically following the color code and the color code representing the different program and study about the different massing form as well. And then after that, they have a more specified program. It's more detailed program adding in the step 2 massing study. And after that, they just have to be deciding more the skin design massing. So basically from the program, the arrangement, they have to be deciding about the skin design. So from the different types about the massing, you can deciding about the overall form and overall skin design from this iteration. After that, we have to be also considering about the assemblage investigation. You don't need to be draw out this detailed section for the conceptual drawing. However, you have to be keep your mind how you can design the skin, how you can design the window, how you can design the floor, how you can connect them between the floor and the skin. So this is all your consideration to develop your design better. So I think that is really important to keep in mind, because without this stage, you just kind of making the massing whatever you want. Without the column, just building is all plotting. How you can solve this issue when you actually propose your program later. You have to be keep in mind how you actually realize your building in the real world. So it means during the conceptual drawing, you have to be consider about this assemblage technique. You have to be consider about the skin technique and skin idea about your design. So after this, you have to provide the rendering and the physical model to communicate with the client. So this client is much better understanding through this rendering image and this physical model image. So after they confirm the design, and you start the design development phase. Design development phase have to be realized the rendering image to the real world have to be document every single detail. After that, so you can making out and construct actual project on the site. Okay. So this is all about the conceptual drawing. Now we have to be discuss about the development drawing. How you can realize this conceptual drawing in a real world. So development drawing have to be following the next step. The first step, SD, schematic design. Schematic design mostly including the plan, elevation, section, and the code analysis, and also including the basic materiality, and also including the basic detail. This information just update and improve from the conceptual drawing. So after schematic design, you have to be moved DD, which is a design development. So design development have to be included much detailed information for the plan section elevation. Also have to be included the wall section, how floor and wall assembled together. And also have to be including the more detailed finish type. It means have to be more to including the code analysis and also including the lots of detailed information here. So during the DD phase, usually we're getting the first cost estimation, and then trying to know about the actual cost estimation about your project. And then during the DD, you also can propose and you can also proceed the permit. So it means permit is actually approved from the city. And then during the DD phase, you have to be communicated with your city to approve your project to build on the site. And CD, after confirming this all information, you have to be making out the construction document. So basically from CD, contractor using the CD to build up the project. It means you have to bring the much more detailed section, elevation, and plan. You also include the lots of various detailed information. You can add in the window detail, door schedule, window schedule, and all the finish detail and wall section. In this case, you have to be including all detailed information. Through the 5 sequence of a site text, we talk about the lots of different detailed information, how you consider the detail and how you can draw out and how you can communicate with the people through your drawing. We talk about this one through the 5 semesters. Now after that, we have a BN, which is bidding and negotiation. What is about the bidding and negotiation? After construction document, you have to be hire the contractors. You usually with your client decide your contractor together. So through the bidding and negotiation. So after construction document, you provide this construction document to the contractor. Contractor simply using your drawing and document to deciding about the construction cost, and also they provide their portfolio, and then you simply getting maybe 3 to 4 different options, and then see the construction cost, and also check the portfolio, and then you can deciding about the contractor to construct your project on the site. This is the last stage, CA, which is the construction contract administration. It is very important phase as well. Even after construction document, architect have to be work with the contractor, because building is so complex. Contractor keep asking your detailed because it has too many issues in the construction field. Architect keeps supporting all detail to realize the right building. So it means that during the construction period, the contractor asks about, you have to be changing this part, and then architect want to keeping our original design. In this case, you have to be provide proper solution for the design and proper solution for the contractor. So please remember these 5 stages. This is a very important to understanding about the schedule and understanding about the design process. So what you have to be remember about what is SD, what is DD, what is CD, what is the BN, what is CA, and then what is about the process in SD, what is process in DD, what is process in CD, what is process in the BN, what is process in CA. So please memorize this old term. You guys keep using this term for the future of your career. You can summarize one more time. This is a project sequence. Owner hire architect and design team, and they hire contractor. You remember about owner work with architect from SD to CD, and after CD, we have to be using the BN, which is the bidding and negotiation, to find out the one contractor, and then contractor start to build up the project, just following this process. So contractor hire the subcontractor. You remember we talked about subcontractor last time. And then the contractors manage the overall construction, and subcontractor only do the specific area like a window or door or floor. So they just kind of provide us this specific information to the contractor, and then contractor just kind of manage the schedule and then manage to build up, assemble all these specific kind of part together in a construction site. Okay, and then you can just kind of see the preliminary study, which is the conceptual drawing, and then we have to do the analyze and everything in this phase. And then you started from the schematic design and the design development and construction document, and then after that you have to design the negotiation bid, and then you have a construction administration during the construction period, and then after that the owner can occupy your design. So now we discuss about organizing the construction information. To construct your project, we have to prepare these two elements, which is graphic construction drawing and the written specification. So graphic construction drawing, we already discussed about from the SD2 construction document. We keep preparing this drawing to construct your project. But what is about the written specification and why we need these written specifications for your project? The construction drawing is basically from the graphic base. But what is about the specification? It is actually the text base. The drawing is sometimes very hard to explaining about the assemblage method and construction method. It is hard to including these all information in the drawing because the drawing has the limited paper size. It's hard to put all information there. So from this reason, you have to also prepare the specification. It shows how your concrete pouring, what is about the mixture ratio, how the window assembled together, and how your door assembled together. This all detailed information have to be included in the specification. This is more about the written manual. The contractor read about the written manual is sometimes or mostly they are much easy to understanding about the construction method. So from this reason, you have to be prepared the graphic and the written specification together to construct and to build your project. Okay. And then we just kind of comparing what is about the drawing document, and what is about the specification sheet. And I just also indicating the master format. So we more to talk about the master format the next year, but just kind of talk about the master format. The master format is the most common, the specification, the format. So we mostly using this master format for the specification. Okay, so let's comparing the construction drawing document and the specification sheet. The first one, construction document, is more graphic based. You have to be including all graphic. Also have to be including all detailed information, detailed assemblage, and also the base drawing, section, plan, elevation. So this have to be including this all information, have to be also indicating about your project site and project location and project size, and also have to be indicating all dimension for the graphic. So this graphic including the architectural drawing and your MEP, which is a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineer drawing, and also interior and the landscape design if you need it. So you have to be including this all design basically from the graphic based drawing. But what about the specification sheet? This one is actually shows the written base, and then you have to be explain you have to explain more written base about some assemblage and construction method and materiality. And So this all information have to be including it. Also specification including the all different fixture like your laboratory fixture, what kind of laboratory you use, and what kind of a kitchen cabinet you use. This all information have to be indicating in the specification sheet. The master format I indicate, this is the most popular specification sheet format. It is divided by the 50 division and section. So because the master format, it is the numbering system. It's a numbering system because this is important. But sometimes the architect language and the contractor language has a little bit different. So from this region, sometimes pretty difficult to communicate. From this region, it is the master format that follow some number. So it means this is everything codifying. So it is easy to communicate with other people because just say you can go to the division number 7 and see the 70010, which is the subdivision number. So it is much easier to communicate this number rather than just kind of bubble language. So this master format is numbering system, and then it has the 50 major the division, and then each the section is major division, the divided by the subdivision here. So when you click this, you can actually see the more specific information. For example, so when you click the division, the 01, which is the general requirement, okay? So general requirement. So when you click this one, you can see the more detailed information here. So you can see the 01, and then depending on the last digit number, there has different the category you can find out. So it means it's much easier to communicate. You can simply want to talk about the unit price. So you can just ask them, please open the 012200, and then you can just easy to find out this unit price. So just kind of we can just practice together. So this is an example of the division 08, which is the opening. So when you just kind of see here, so we can just open the 08, which is opening division, right? So opening division, when you click it, so you can just find out the opening division here. When you click it, you can see the lots of different subcategory. So 0000, which is talk about the general information about the opening, and 10 is talk about the door frame, and then the 50 is talk about the window, and 80 is talk about the glass, and then 90 is talk about the louver. So to discuss with the client, maybe not client, to discuss with the contractor and engineer, you simply using this number to communicate. So you can ask it to, if you want to talk about the window and then you talk about the more information about the window for your specification, you can just ask them, just please follow the 08, 50, and 00, the window section. Please see the specification and our text to understanding how your window assemble on this building. Okay, so this one is kind of giving them more about the guideline, how you direct your information much easily, more smoothly with other people. So next we talk about the drawing, how you actually draw out the section elevation. Of course, we keep learning through that, and it's hard to cover it. But today I just more introducing about the format, how you making out your drawing format. So to making out your construction document, we usually making the title block. So this is a title block. Okay. So each drawing have to be included in this title block. So title block introducing about what is project name, what is about the symbol of your drawing, and also have to be showing the key map for your section, and then this is the office name is Herzog and DeMarlon, and then what is about the sheet title, and then also you can see the sheet number here, and also you can find out who draw the drawing, and also you can find out some date when the drawing drawn by. So this is a kind of all information have to be included in each sheet of the document drawing. So let's see how you can deciding about this designation number, which is Shin number of your drawing first. This is a Shin number system on your drawing. However, it has the various Shin number system depending on the company and depending on the individual. But I just kind of bring more general Shin number, how you actually deciding about the number here. Each Shin number is made from the specific the system or logic. So this is a discipline, the designator. Okay, so you can just kind of understanding how you can read through. So you said about AD. So you say A, you can just kind of following from this designator and name here. So A is architectural. Okay, so A is architectural. The next one, so what is about the D? So D means demolition. So means AD equal architectural demolition. So this sheet is about architectural demolition. And then you have to go to the sheet type. It's the 1. Sheet type 1 is usually plan, 2 is the elevation, and 3 is section. You just kind of following this name basically from this designator. So it means the AD1, which is the architectural demolition, is about the plan, and then next the sequence number. The sequence number is like a sheet number, the sequence number. So it is the architectural demolition plan. So first floor 01, second floor 02, seventh floor 07. So you can just kind of make this sequence number after sheet type. Okay, I think it's pretty easy to the understanding and read through following this system. Once again, each form has their own the designator Shin number, but so this is kind of you are good to start from this general kind of a Shin number system. Okay, so I just giving the question to you. So what am I? AI 2 or 3? So I gave 2 minutes. I think 1 minute is enough. So please find out your answer yourself. Okay, and then how you can read AI 2 or 3. Okay. So I think it's pretty easy to find out, right? So AI here, architecture interior, right? What is about the 2? 2 is the elevation, and then 3, which is third elevation. Okay, so it means architecture elevation, architecture interior elevation, and the third elevation for this Shin number. Okay, I think it's pretty easy to understanding about the designator and then this system. And then the shared design language, you can just see everything has the different hi, the shalom, the 안녕하세요, namaste, guten tag, ni hao, konnichiwa, bonjour. So there are lots of different language here. But we have to know what is your common language to discuss with other people. So we need to consider about the standard graphic style when you draw the architecture set, because lots of people share your drawing set. You can just draw whatever you want, nobody understanding. It is hard to communicate your project. From this region, you have to follow the shared language, which is hello, which is everyone understanding hello, right? So it means you have to find out this common language to discuss with other people. Our drawing, the bridge, the distance with the common visual and the written language. If we do not have a certain standard, client and people in a construction field will lose the construction process. From this region, you have to practice architecture language rather than your language. So we have to be using this language on your drawing and on your specification, even on your bubble language. So first on our shared design language, I bring the standard abbreviations because whole sentence here is hard to adding on your drawing because your drawing has the limited size. So from this reason, we usually using this abbreviation on your drawing. I highlight the yellow for the important abbreviation. I think you better to understanding and better to memorize each abbreviation. I think you don't need to memorize everything. You just kind of memorize the highlighted part. What is AFF, which is above finished floor? What is about the B, Y, and D, which is beyond? What is CRR, which is clear? And then DIA, which is a diameter. And EJ, expansion joint, EQ, equal, and GA, gauge. MIN, the minimum. NIC, not in contract. SIM, similar. TIP, the typical. VIF, the verified in the field. So means I highlight the yellow, the abbreviation, but I think you have to be reading the yellow abbreviation at least during the school years. So I just gonna ask you guys what is meaning about this abbreviation from this table. You just kind of memorize this highlighted part for now. Next one, we also architect using the standard symbol. So what is about the section standard symbol? This standard symbol, the mostly indicating on your floor plan. So means actually floor plan is your key map to find out the actual your section actual drawing. So for example, you can see the first section symbol here. This is your plan. Then this section symbol draw like this one. And then it said A2.11. So it means when you want to see this section from the plan, you can simply following the A2.1-1 to find out the proper section from this section code on the floor. And then word section, which is the detailed the section, how you assemble your floor and the wall system. So when you're just kind of following this one, you can just simply follow this Shin number. You can just kind of easily track the wall section for this area. And what about the detailed section? This is similar as the wall section. When you're just gonna follow this detailed section for the interior or exterior, you can just follow this symbol and follow this Shin number. You can find out some actual detailed information. Next one is the elevation. So it means when you see this mark outside and it said 3.1. So it means when you're just kind of following the 3.1, you can just see this side elevation. Okay, and then when you want to just kind of detail out some plan, so you can just using this symbol. So it means when you're just having the door here, so when you want to detail out this part using this symbol here, and when you simply follow it, you can just kind of better understanding about this assemblage because you draw out the detailed drawing here. After the construction period, you have to be lots of revision. So if you need to revise your wall, so you have to be revised revision mark here. And then the first revision you can say 1. And then if you have a second revision, you can say 2. If you have a third revision, you can say 3. So you can, if you wanna just change the window, you can have a window part, you can revision here. Then you can say this is our second revision. You can just say second revision here. Okay, you have to be including this information. And then on the tight block, so usually having this revision, the area. So you can say this is a revision 1, this is a revision 2, this is a revision 3, and then you can just adding to the date when is this revision, first revision, when it's the second revision, when it's third revision. You have to be writing down. So it means it's much easier to tracking out some information. Okay. Of course, your drawing have to be including the grid line. So this grid line is basically from your structure line mostly. So we mostly communicate your drawing location following from this grid line. Okay, and then the word and the word tag here. So it means when you want to detail out your wall, you have to be including this one. The people easy to find out how your wall assembled together, what kind of material using for this wall. Then interior elevation. So this interior elevation, for example, when you design the bathroom have to be including the 4 different elevation. For example, so you design the bathroom here. Okay, you design the bathroom here. This door. Then you have a top here, and then this is your sink. Okay, so you can design it here. Then you have to be including this information here, and then you need to be draw this side elevation, this side elevation, this side elevation, this side elevation. So means you much better to understanding about the elevation of your bathroom. Sometimes the plan itself is hard to deliver the interior design concept. That's why you have to be including the all side elevation. So this all side elevation on the plan, you need to be including the information here, this symbol. So easy to the following this symbol to find out the actual the 4 side elevation here. Okay, so also you have to be including the north arrow, and then you have to be including the door tag and window tag. So when you follow this door tag and window tag, you can find out the window door schedule, which is the size of your door and how you using the lever, what kind of a lock system you use. So you can just kind of follow all detailed information. So through the door tag and window tag here. The room ID, each room have to be including this room ID, shows some size about the room and then which room you use it here. But rather than using the corner room, when you discuss with your project with other people, so you have to be more indicating room 206, please find that the room 206 window, you have to be changed. So you have to be, this is much easy to communicate with other peers. Also you have to be including the hatching style. So this is a typical hatching style in the AutoCAD and the Revit. So the material has the more unique hatching style. So means from your hatching style, you much easy to navigating the materiality of the project and assemblage. You can see here, this is representing the earth, and this is representing the brick, and this is a concrete, and then this is a concrete block, and then this is a wood, and this is a plaster and a looping. So you can just kind of when you just know about the hatching style, so you're much easy to understanding about your drawing better, right? So because sometimes if you don't know about this symbol and then this hatching style, it is hard to know about your materiality of your project. Okay, so it means, but if you know about the symbol, it's much easy to navigating your materiality of your project. Next project, next is the case study 50 Oakwood. I work in this project in San Francisco. It's a single family house. I also using this project a lot through the 5 sequences. I introducing how we designing the interior wall, how we design the floating, the fireplace, and how we design the cabinet, and how we design the wall, and how we design the window. So we using this project a lot because I just experienced, I draw the old construction document. I think we better to just looking at this project to understanding about your architectural assemblage and the materials. So today I just bring the plan here. So we through this construction document plan, we can understanding about the general symbol on the plan. So we already discussed about the room ID here. You can see that this is a master bedroom, and you can see the size of the master bedroom and the master bedroom number. And also I including the F10, which is the floor type. Okay, what kind of floor system we use for this location. Next one, the window tag and the detailed out. The window tag, once again, so when you're just kind of following this number, we have to be lining about the window schedule. This window schedule have to be indicating the all door system and door lock system, and then also you can find out the size about the window. And then Also, you have to be called out the detail here. So if you want to know about this corner condition better, so plan is not deliver all different information from this region. You have to follow the detailed call out and then follow this Shin number. You better to understanding about the detail for this corner condition. Also have to be door tag is similar as the window tag. When you follow that, you know about the door type, and then you know about the lock system, the lever style. Then you can find out all information here. And then you can see the exterior elevation. So when you just kind of follow this Shin number, so you can see the okay, just a second. You can see. Oops. So when you follow the window exterior elevation, so when you follow the layer, you can just find out this elevation from this sheet. Okay. Next one, you can also find out the building section. So when you just kind of follow these 2.3, you can see this section, okay, section quality from the plan. Though this is the last page I introduced today. Though when you work technical drawing, you have to be considerate about the 4C. Okay, what is about the 4C? You have to be consider your drawing clarity, concept, and code, which is a building code, and the consider about the budget and cost. Please remember when you draw the technical drawing, you have to be remember that these 4C: clarity, concept, code, and cost. Okay, so this is a main consideration to designing your assemblage. Okay, so we talk about these all detailed the section and detail the floor, detail the wall. So we keep discussing through the 5 semesters, and then we also keep discussing about this 4C, the logic to draw out your detailed drawing. So for now, you don't worry too much about this all information, but you guys keep your mind when you draw your drawing. You have to be keeping these 4 concepts: clarity, concept, code, and cost. Okay. Actually, I supposed to be watch this documentary together today, but I think I already spent 50 minutes for the lecture. But I upload this documentary film on the canvas because I think about that this is the I think it's important to watch this because you can navigating about your studio life. This documentary film is to discuss about the studio culture and the critic culture and review culture, and also talk about the overall studio life. I think it's pretty fun, the film. I think you guys can watch yourself to navigating the studio life for the staying in this program. So I believe you're much easy to navigating what is your future when you're staying in a studio. Okay, so thanks again for the second lecture. So if you have any question, you can stay here and then ask me about the lecture note, or you can simply the question anytime during the lab time. Okay, thank you guys.